was no trouble at...
Is that Ember?
Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
To the people of the north, silver chocobos are symbols of good fortune. The mere sight of one potentially meaning the difference between a failed harvest and a bumper crop, according to Gav at least. Looks like Ember found something as well.
Crystal's crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
Nice.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
I don't want Gav to give up being a scout, honest.
Ah, in the infirmary. Okay.
Tyre's tea stopped the fizz. I only hope this stay stopped.
Ah, me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it is...
Go on, please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, my lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced.
Yeah. They spent some money on this one.
Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
Ah, you know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
He really does underestimate himself.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learn from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword.
God, what an asshole. Okay. Oh, thanks, Gav. You're great. I was convinced he would die early. He seemed like the type. But he's been with us. Saved us from quite a few pickles. And now the money's gone.
I may have had one too many.
you may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
There we go. Winter Mead. A potent portable made from honey collected in the Northern Territories, short summers, and fermented slowly over the next 6 moons. Set to warm the belly on the North's cold winter nights. I said I was thirsty. Gav. Okay, I thought we were going to get a copy of the carving, but that would have been weird. So this makes more sense for Gav.
One of these days. One of these days, I swear it's gonna be me who drinks you under the table.
If by under the table you mean retching on my boots half the night, I reckon one of those days was yesterday.
Ha ha, you think you're so funny. But just wait till we crack open the bottle I left in your chambers. That stuff's strong enough to burn the horns off a behemoth.
Sounds like I'll be needing some new boots.
That was neat. Okay, still got a bunch of quests to do. Take a look at this. Huh, it says make for Garrick. I just don't know where Garrick is. Maybe a problem. Or is that a different one? No, speak with Cyril. Oh, I know who Cyril is. But I think he also is going to give us a quest when we go there. I see. Yep. Sure enough.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here.
Well, just to check, I did remember to... Yeah, I did remember to unmute the microphone.
If you would do us the honor, my lord.
I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way, it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for the both of you. Your father... I forgot his name. Your father. I'm sorry.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke
Elwyn.
penned this missive
Your father,
shortly
Elwyn.
before his
I guess he
passing.
wouldn't write his name there.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the
Damn, Sid would have
development
loved
of
Elwyn.
magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals.
And also he noticed that magic was not the
Centuries of
future.
common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it, at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
I was gonna say, where is the archive? I hadn't seen this place before. Oh. They're talking about the monoliths, how they changed after we fought Bahamut. Was it at that point? I don't remember anymore. And they basically just don't know. They don't know why they did that. Okay.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Oh,
Indeed
yes.
It has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands.
Like the swords, the weapons that Clive and
Alas, he did not live.
Joshua owned.
Indeed, he was taken.
Were
from
these
us
kinds of
even
keepsakes?
before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see.
I
You
see.
at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else? Titan's Wake is to the south of here.
Well, at least if I teleport here. Okay, so looks like we're going to go griffin slaying.
Come on.
But we've gone a bit without a fight.
Run like the wind.
You know, when I'm just doing side quests that are just talking to people, I feel like I'm playing FF14. And they're just gesticulating to each other with like pre-canned animations from the engine. I was like, damn, this feels familiar. And then suddenly there's some money that shows up. Also, of course, the the voice acting in every cutscene is a bit more than that. But other than that, can I break him with just one hit? Not quite one hit, but very close. Oh, he dodged. Fucker! Ah, thought I could dodge in time. We should still get him. Kingslayer? Oh, what the fuck? Oh no. I can't see shit. Oh, thanks. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to throw out Sentetsuken in time, but it'll probably kill him either way.
Farewell.
Farewell. That's so good. And there's the Heartstone. I'm happy it was nearby.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Griffins suffer something akin to the crystal's curse, their flesh slowly turning to stone over a lifetime of channeling ether. Like bears, however, the effect is far more gradual and limited to a sac around their hearts, the slower progress of petrification resulting in the formation of a gemstone of rare beauty.
Yes, this radiant luster like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them.
I wonder if they'll show up in our
They are
characters.
yours.
I don't expect they will.
After all,
would be cute though.
Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It might just be something that shows up in my room.
Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late.
I was about to ask.
When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Where is that actually? In Rosario, makes sense. Hawk's Cry Cliff. Let me check something real quick. I'm starting to get a bit afraid of the amount of memory space I have on my PC. Okay, I should have enough for this video for sure. Even if I just continue all night. Funny thing to be scared about.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
I'm trying to see how I can get there. It don't let me just jump off, apparently.
It's just back there.
Wonder if you could have gone... You probably could have come here earlier in the game. Wonder if they would have said anything about it.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
I expected him to turn and give it to Clive. Here you go, brother. Put it in your room. Holding the sword in salute.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Where there's a will. Rusted battle helm. Archduke Elwin's helm, worn during his victorious campaign to quell the Northern uprising. Where's coming, my boy? We must make ready. One of the first things he said to us when we started the game. Joining hands with Joshua. Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. That's weird that we only got that now. I thought that was already a thing. Huh. But you know, I'm thinking, I feel like there's something I forgot about. Like those spires over there. Wasn't there a city, a town that basically told us, oh, there's some weird spires around that are very interesting. No one knows what they're for. And I feel like I remember seeing a door at some point that I wasn't sure what it led to. It was locked. Let me check something in the dim. I think there might have been a side path to it there. This may be something that's just nothing, but... Something that's just nothing. This might just be nothing, but I want to make sure. Or it might be somewhere else completely. But was there something back here? Oh yeah. Can this be open at this point? If not now, then when? I guess this wasn't the towers, but... maybe it's a New Game Plus thing. Let's see what else we can do. Oh, there's more stuff at the hideaway. A missive. Okay. You know, let's do that later. We still have all the stuff in Waloed. So, I think it's better to do this.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
Damn it. I was trying to go around them, but they just saw me anyway. Some bombs over here, I'm just gonna ignore them. Hopefully they don't follow me in here.
No need to ride from here.
They're totally gonna follow me in here, aren't they? Aha! Well, this looks like an arena.
Guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Wow, Josh, I don't even think that was a bit much for this. Balmung Dark, writ of designation. The Kingdom of Waloed hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kusa beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is to be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursuit of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity. Kusa beast? What the hell is that?
This place was no ordinary prison, and I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Sounds like we'll be fighting that. So we're leaving the upper level to her, right? Just keep going through the lower level. Alright. Recommendation concerning Kusa beast deployment. The Kusa has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of Eluder lives. So, okay, just send them with the bearers because the beast will just kill everyone and they don't care.
Lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
That was dumb. How do they come up with this shit? The most unsustainable bullshit ever. Memorandum of Kusa Beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kusa Beast entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bears assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bears no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. What the fuck?
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Better caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
So I only went this way. Oh, looks like the other side is inaccessible. Okay, stairs. Are there any stairs around here? No. Okay, there are some here. No, I need to stop casting.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and it can't be true, can it?
Why not? We've seen awful things as well.
Of their masters, but this is so much worse.
How about the one sending...
bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits?
I feel like we've seen that exact thing happen before. It involved a wolf and a spoiled kid.
Not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even, and those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
They fed them to the creature.
It means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
God, I bet the animal is still alive.
Downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Jailer's key. I bet the animal is still alive because we couldn't leave without a boss fight. Actually, would there be anything this way? I guess there would. Empty shard. What was that music? That rippling sound.
can find down here.
I can sell that.
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Holy shit.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
How long ago was this?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
That's what I'm here for. Jesus Christ.
Waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
That thing looks like a behemoth. That is just a behemoth. A behemoth but angrier. How do I get out there? Oh, neat. Kusa Beast A. Okay, it's a proper hunt.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
See if I can just break it. Iconic vulnerability. Ow, fuck. That's a mistake. You can do that too? Well, of course you can. Why wouldn't you be able to do that? Kinda messed that up. And lightning. Ah, fuck. Didn't jump in time. Oh no. I'm mad that it still hit me. They should let us charge Sentetsuken to the max. Might even kill it actually with it. That's so good! So good every time. And give me my money. Okay, more behemoth shackles. No orichalcum though. When am I gonna get orichalcum again?
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
A little bit.
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
I was wondering where the behemoth hunt would come in. Wasn't expecting it to show up in a side quest like this.
Barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks.
Do we have days to be doing this? I guess so.
If we hadn't.
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the curse breakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
It's another one. God, why would I want lower cooldown for this skill? It's so bad. Why would I want to use it more? Okay. That's another. And I believe we have another quest to do in here, don't we? Oh, there's actually missives in the reading table. I guess I should take the chance to look at them. Oh, also this updated. Is it the Kuza Beast or more? View the hunt board. Oh, no, another one showed up. The Masterless Marauder. The Waluder army captured such beasts and tried to train them to serve, but this particular specimen's training has long since ceased. Whether its captors turned Akashic with the rest of their comrades or were eaten by their pet when it broke free from its bonds, we shall never know. What we do know is there's none left alive who know the words to put an end to its rampage. Only a show of force will suffice. The Masterless Marauder. It's not telling me where it is. It might be in the same place as this one, honestly. I might just find it as I run around doing other side quests.
Haida Marie has taken a liking to her new home. How her spirit survived Balmung Dark unbroken, I'll never know.
Courage, Ifrit. My decision is made.
I shall carry you and your brother to Origin, that the Lesage name might live on in honor, not in infamy. Even if I should not. Sir, even if I should not. Your Highness? You're not.
You said it yourself.
This is a journey from which I may not return, and yet I am resolved to go. Ultima took much from me, and he means to strip us all of what little we have left.
He must be stopped.
Whatever the cost.
He must.
Thank you, your Highness. You're as over-hasty as your brother. Save your thanks for when this is over.
I await your word.
Okay, these are getting rather full. But we're still missing quite a few. Rusted battle helm. Model airship. Trinity Accord, Winter Mead. The charred sparring sword.